Okay guys, so I just unboxed everything out of the stamp maker machine. So I wanted to show you guys before I got too far into this. I'm going to try to do one of the little sample ones. How things were kind of packed together so that you know when you get it what to do. So first of all, I unwrapped the plastic from the machine, and inside the machine there is this plastic piece. This needs to come out. This was to protect the bulbs during shipping. So inside there are 4 UV bulbs, so 2 at the top and 1 on each side. So you just want to make sure those are all okay, none of them are broken. And then the mirror itself has this clear plastic protective coating. So you want to take those off before you start. This really is drying my nails. Hey, if it doesn't work, I guess I could do my own gel nails. Alright, so we're going to put those aside. And then this little Tupperware case is the washing bin. This is where you're going to rinse the stamp out. So you want to take all of this stuff out. And then we're going to put warm water in here. So I will go to the sink and do that. And then it came with a sample printed that you can cut up and make these sample stamps. So they're practicing. It has the cling on here, which is, let's see here if it's double stick cling. This will help you adhere the stamps to your stamp block. Okay, so here it is. So it's just a piece. We'll see if the stamp block adheres to it or if we need to use that. I mean the stamps, not the stamp block. So it has that. And then it has these 2 little frames which will help frame off your image, because you want the images that are not raised to be in black and the raised areas to be in white. So what will happen is as the UV machine heats up, any of the areas that get the UV on them, the white areas or the clear areas, will harden. And then the black areas will essentially wash away. Okay, so that, and then our little timer came in this little box with some instructions on how to use it. There's a little tab here you need to pull out to activate the battery. So start, stop, hold these 2 down to reset. How many minutes you want it to go for, start. Okay, so pretty simple, pretty loud. It's got a little clip on it if you want to clip it on something. Okay, and then the important thing that you do not want to open, you want to keep this put away, are the actual photopolymer gel packs. And these smell like photopolymer. So you can see they're squishy little gel packs. So I'm going to put those back in the box and we will get back to those in a second. Okay, and then this is the plate, the clamp, I think they call it. I don't know. So this is a magnetic clamp, and it tells you 100 seconds on one side, 6 seconds on the other side, and you slide this apart. So it's made out of very heavy duty acrylic. This side has kind of a lip, so you can see there's a lip there. So that's the well that you're going to put the photopolymer in. And like I said, I saw online that you can order refill photopolymer gel. And then this side. So they're telling you which side, so I'm assuming those stickers need to stay on there. So in just reading the basic instructions, which are here, and also again there is a video you can watch, which I am too excited to watch right now. So it basically tells you like how to prepare for printing. The biggest issue here is just like with foiling, when you print something, it needs to be as black as you can get it. There cannot be any white spots, because if there are any white spots, and I can tell from feeling this side is not the printed side. This side is the printed side. So I can feel kind of this black, like, not like toner, but there's definitely something on there. But again, you want it as black as you can get. You don't want any light going through there. Otherwise, that spot will harden on the stamp and your stamp won't stamp evenly. So that's basically what this is stating, is how to put your sandwich together. So let's see if we can not watch the video and just make a quick one here. So it says warm up your UV image pack stamp maker by turning it on for 1 minute while preparing the components. So which one's on? Okay, so the 2 buttons is on, and then the middle is off, and then put this in here. So this is on, that's off, and then if you push it backwards, that puts it on timer mode, which we can use here. So it says to warm it up for 1 minute. So let's turn our timer on for 1 minute. Turn this on. The lamps are on. Press start. So we'll let that warm up. So open the clamps. Follow the directions here. So recessed clamp lid, 100 label. So that's this one. Recessed because it has that thing there. And then it says negative reading side up. So I'm going to do this little Christmas bulb. So negative reading side up. I guess it doesn't matter on this because it is what it is. I'm going to grab one of my little mini gel packs here. Put the rest back in the box. So word image pack reading side up. So, oh, we're beeping. We're warmed up. Okay, we're going to turn that off. So this is the mask to kind of mask off that area. So I'm going to use both of those. Image pack side up. Okay, so on the gel pack, it actually is printed here to say image pack. So image pack. So this side is much harder. This side is a little softer of a plastic. So it says image side, reading side up. So this, we want the hard side up. So we're going to put that on top of there. And then clamp the lid with the 6-second label. And then you kind of want to, you know, push your gel, make sure it looks very evenly spaced. There isn't one side that's more or less than the other. And we pretty much have that in the center, so we're fine there. Okay, so turn on and warm up for 1 minute. We did that. Exposure 6 seconds. So first turn on, warm up for 1 exposure 6 seconds. Okay, so this side, it says 6 seconds. Let's put the timer on. Reset it. Okay, so I'm going to slide this in and start. Okay. We're going to turn it over. And now it says to do 100 seconds, which is 1 minute, 40 seconds, right? Yeah. So then it says, we'll let that go. After the, oh, I probably could have did the timer here. Oops, I didn't think about that. After the 100 seconds, turn off the stamp, take out the clamp, open it, take out the sachet, cut around the edges. That's where we're going to ooze it out. So while this is running, I'm going to run up real quick. Oh, I need to do the washing up upstairs, so don't worry about that. So you can see the timer there. So the reason you do 6 seconds on one side, and that's the hard side, is that's the base of your stamp. So that's going to be the bottom portion of the stamp. And then you flip it over, and what it's doing is it's taking that UV light again, and it's penetrating the clear parts here, and it's hardening those sections. So when you have very fine detail like this, it takes longer because it's much harder for that light to penetrate those small areas and that fine detail to make the stamp. When you have large open areas like this, it's a lot quicker for that stamp to harden. but they have it down to science. So I guess, you know, where you live, humidity and things like that, the type of temperature is going to affect it. But this is almost done. So then once this is done, it says to cut it open, and then I'm going to have to go upstairs and clean it out in the sink. So let's see what this looks like. Turn that off. Take this out. And you can, I can already tell that it's turned from like this pink color to almost clear. It's like a light blue color on the outsides there, and the area that was masked off with this. And you can reuse this image. So once you print an image, you can reuse it. So I want to show you guys here. So the white areas are now hardened, or the light blue areas, and the pink areas need to be washed away. So I'm going to cut this open, take it up to the sink, and I can feel that it's very pliable, and go wash those areas away. So I'm going to pause this, and I will be back in a moment. Okay guys, I'm back. So the instructions say to cut all the way around, which I did, and then what you basically do is you remove the plastic baggie that was around, and the bottom side is definitely all hardened, so we know that's the bottom of the stamp. And then the top side, all of this pink area was a very sticky, it's still kind of sticky residue, and that was almost the consistency of peanut butter. So it's kind of tough. You do need to make sure you're scrubbing that brush they give. Great brush to clean up stencils too, I think. But it's a nice soft brush, but you can see where the blue is raised. That's where the stamp is. And the pink area is down. So now we need to harden this so our stamp is ready to go. So I put a little bit of water in the tray, and it says you're supposed to place your stamp in the plastic tray and fully cover it with water and expose it to light for 2 minutes. So we have that covered there, and this will harden. So I'm going to turn this back on to timer mode and see if I start the timer here, if it goes for 2 minutes. Okay, I'm actually going to do this. So clear this out. 1, 2, start. Okay, and the tray does stick out a little bit. It's fine. The stamp is already in there. So what this will do is harden or cure the rest of that photopolymer into the stamp. And then that's it. You dry it off. You trim it to size. And you ink it up. So I'm going to grab a little stamping block here. I'm going to open this little... I don't think I'm going to need this. I think this is for people that don't have stamping blocks and need this to adhere it to something. Let's see here. Yeah, this is just regular cling. It's not even sticky. I don't think that we're going to need this. I think it'll stick just fine to the stamping block. But we'll find out in a second. Alright, so 40 more seconds to go. I'm super excited, guys. I just made my first stamp. And it's not from a potato, like, you know, when you were in elementary school. And I got photopolymer goo on my machine already. This goo is very sticky. I will tell you that. Like, you might want to keep some alcohol wipes around, some Goo Gone wipes or something. Time's up. Turn that off. Move that out of the way. I see this timer didn't go off on the light, so I don't know. Maybe I got to set it. I have to read the instructions. The stamp has turned from pink to completely blue now. It's a light blue color. That wipe took off that sticky stuff, so that's good. All right. So it says to dry your stamp. If it's still pink, I understand that you can put it in there for a little bit longer. It's a little tacky, but nothing I want to worry about right now. I'm going to take the scissors and cut around the image. And it is definitely photopolymer, guys, not silicone. I can make silicone stamps with my Silhouette machine, but as you guys know, I'm not a big fan. Okay, so let's see if this sticks. Oop. Does not stick. Sticks that way, but it does not because this side is hardened. So I guess we do need this little piece of cling. So if I can get it off the backing. Oops. Alright, so I'm just attaching the cling to one of my blocks, and it still doesn't, well, it kind of sticks. It sticks by static electricity. So it's on there. Alright, so now the big, what everybody wants to see is how's it going to stamp, right? So it's photopolymer, so it's going to stamp awesome. So I have a scrap piece of paper here. Here we go. Grab some ink. And it sticks to the ink. That's not going to work. So I'll have to find a way to adhere it without it sticking to everything. Well, you know it's photopolymer because it stains with ink, and I always said that's a good sign. Now I get ink all over my fingers. I'm trying to ink it up gently here. There we go. So if I didn't have so much ink on there, let me try stamping it again. And I need to cut the edges down a little bit. Actually, it's really not too bad. I can cut the edges down and cut that off, but you can see the detail in the stamp is pretty good. So I need to clean the stamp up, maybe use a different ink pad that's not as juicy, and stamp it again. So let me clean it up and let's try it again here. And we want to trim off as close to we can on these edges here. I'm just going to use a little bit of temporary adhesive to get it to stick to the block. Alright, so I got a little dab of, put a little adhesive on there, and I'll put it on a smaller block. So now it really shouldn't move. Hey, you, stay. Small price to pay for the ability to make your own stamps. I'm going to switch to a dye ink. I'm going to use this Memento ink and see how it comes out. Gently tap it so it doesn't get all over the place. Ta-da! I made my own first stamp, guys. What do you think? So tell me what you think about this machine. What kind of stamps would you make for it? I think I'm going to keep it. I'm really intrigued by it, and the possibilities are endless here for me. But put your comments down below. Let me know what you guys think. If you have any questions, put those down below. I'm definitely going to keep playing with this. I appreciate you guys hanging out with me and watching everything I'm doing here. Thanks for watching, and keep on stamping.